Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you how I bought a laundromat for just $5,000 out of pocket, and get this, it brings in $98,000 in gross revenue every year with a 40% net profit. And the best part, I didn't have to make any changes after I purchased it. I know it sounds too good to be true, so stick around because I'm going to break it all down for you. So the first thing and the first step that I took was to find the deal. This deal started like many others of mine with some good old-fashioned direct outreach. I came across this laundromat that wasn't listed publicly for sale anywhere, so I sent a letter to the owner and I got a response. The owner was looking to retire. He owned multiple other businesses, including dry cleaners, Subways, gas stations, and he wasn't interested in the hassle of working with brokers or paying their fees to sell the laundromat. So he hadn't even talked to anybody about selling it yet. So I was the first person. So I reached out directly to him and managed to get into a conversation. We hit it off immediately and he was open to discussing a potential sale. I sent him a simple, straightforward letter introducing myself, explaining my interest in buying the laundromat locally, and mentioning how I could make the sale quick and hassle-free. And a few days later, he reached out and we began discussing terms. So what made this deal even more exciting was that the laundromat was already in great shape. There was no major repairs or renovations needed, which I absolutely love. It was in a great location. The machines were older, but they were all still working well, and there was steady foot traffic, and the landlord was willing to negotiate a good new lease with me. This led me to my next phase, which was structuring the deal with creative financing because I didn't want to spend a lot of money to acquire the business. So here's where things get interesting. The asking price for the laundromat was $100,000, and instead of going the traditional route with a bank loan, I secured a private loan from someone in my network for the full acquisition price, and they wanted a 10% down payment, which came out to $10,000, so I had some skin in the game. This gave me the flexibility to negotiate better terms and to avoid red tape and the slow approval process of a bank. So I brought $5,000 for the down payment, had my business partner Matt step in and bring the other $5,000, so we were each in the business for $5,000 for a total of $10,000. So together we structured the deal in a way that required minimal out-of-pocket expenses up front, making this a low-risk, high-reward opportunity, which then leads me to step number 3, which was understanding the numbers. So why was this deal such a no-brainer? The laundromat was already generating $98,000 a year in gross revenue, which came out to around $8,100 per month, and it had a 40% net profit margin, meaning that once all the expenses were paid for, we were going to put $3,200 in profit every month in our pocket. That's $38,400 in net profit annually, and remember, we only had to come up with $10,000 up front thanks to the private loan lender and my business partner's contribution. That meant our full down payment would be paid back in just a little over 3 months of operating the business, with the business already running smoothly and no additional capital needed for upgrades or marketing. We stepped right into a cash flowing business from the day that we purchased it and closed on it. This is why I personally love buying old laundromats. It's why you always hear me talking about it versus building one out from scratch new. All right, so the next step. No changes were needed. So here's the beauty of this acquisition. There was nothing to fix or change when we stepped in. So the laundromat had a loyal customer base, well-maintained machines, and efficient operations. We decided not to mess with the good things, so we kept the cleaner, maintained the same hours, and left the pricing as is, so there were no other employees at this location. We didn't have to deal with any scheduling or conflicts. This allowed us to immediately start collecting profits without having to worry about renovations or operational disruptions. So one thing I want to note here is we did install RealLink security cameras. We put about 4 of them up, so that way we could see exactly what was going on in the laundromat at any time from the comfort of our homes, just by pulling up our smartphone and going into the RealLink app and seeing how the laundromat was doing, making sure it was clean. So that leads me to step 5, which was managing cash flow and return on investment, one of my favorite things. So let's talk about the cash flow. With $3,200 in monthly net profit, it didn't take long to start seeing a return on investment. That $10,000 down payment was essentially covered within the first 4 months of operation, and after that, it's been nothing but pure profit. So in less than a year, we're looking at $38,400 in net income. That's a solid ROI considering the minimal cash we put in. The key takeaway here is that by using a private loan and bringing in a business partner for the down payment, I minimized my financial risk and maximized my returns. So to recap, we identified a great off-market opportunity, secured a private loan for the acquisition, and brought in a business partner to cover half of the down payment. We bought a laundromat that was already cash flow positive with a 40% net profit margin, and we didn't have to do a damn thing to improve it. This just goes to show the power of creative financing and strategic partnerships when acquiring a laundromat. So imagine doing this multiple times over in a year or over the course of 5-10 years. How quickly could you change your current financial situation and completely change the projection of your future? Something that I constantly ask myself as I'm building out, buying more laundromats and just my business in general. So one thing I want to note, if you made it this far in the video, I know you're interested in buying a laundromat to create financial freedom and a better situation for yourself. So I created a free training for you to check out that walks you through a 30-day checklist on how to find, buy, and operate a laundromat. I'm going to put a link to that below this video. So if you found this video helpful and you want to learn more about acquiring and managing profitable laundromats, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. That also helps me get this word out to a broader audience. So I appreciate you for doing that. And if you have any questions, drop them below in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.